So I wanted to talk with you a little bit today about how to manage our response to stress. Here's the deal. Stress is never going to be gone. It's always going to be part of our lives. It's really actually kind of important. It is what causes change and causes us to grow. But when it is in massive amounts like it is right now, you really have to have a strategy to manage it, or it will derail your efforts to optimize your health and to have good quality longevity in your life. So we've talked a lot in the past about meditation, and it is a valuable tool when it comes to managing your stress response, but I know many of you are really struggling, and there's a valid reason for that. When we are stressed and we do not have a good solid plan in place to teach our body how to manage that stress response, we become hardwired to automatically respond. And for many of us, that means that we're in stress mode pretty much 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And when that happens, trying to get ourselves into a quiet space, which is what you need to do meditation, can be very challenging because your nervous system's input is that you're in some kind of danger and that you should be running. And here you are trying to sit still and relax and do a meditation. So I have a different solution for you. It uses something called heart rate variability. So you can Google that and get a lot of information. Harvard just had an article out about the importance of heart rate variability as a biomarker for health. And athletes and people in the fitness industry have known about and used heart rate variability information for a long time in terms of evaluating a person's athletic and physical performance. But we can use it in two ways. We can use it as a biomarker to measure whether or not our attempts to manage our stress response are working, but we can also use it as a biofeedback marker to tell us how to, or to help us retrain our nervous system's response to stress. So I'm going to talk a little bit about a tool that you can use, and I've discussed it before, but I think it's time now that we see people struggling so much in the world with their managing stress response, but also struggling with some of the tools such as meditation, that this could be a really great answer for all of you. I prefer a program by Heart Math Institute. They're the leading stress research institute in the world, have been for the last 30 years. And they've created a biofeedback program that's very personalized and easy to use. It involves a free app that you download to your phone and a sensor that clips to your ear to measure your heart rate that you can buy on their website. So once you've paired the two of those things together, essentially what we're doing is using the input, which is our heart rate, and an exercise in breathing, which they teach you. It's called heart-centered breathing. And it shows you, as you're doing your breathing pattern, how you're able to impact what happens with your heart rate variability. And over time, you begin to recognize how it feels when your nervous system switches from stress mode to relaxation mode. And eventually you get to a place where you're able to flip that switch any moment during the day that you realize that you are in stress response. So basically, heart rate variability is what we're looking for is a reduction in our stress response and an increase in the variability of the heart rate. And this program is able to give you two pieces of information. It can tell you at the time that you're doing the exercise whether or not you are successful at changing your variability to the positive. And then it can also help you measure your performance or measure your success over time in changing your heart rate variability. So extremely valuable program. I highly recommend it. There are others in the market. You can look those up or reach out to me if I can give you any further information to help you get started. But here's what I recommend. Start with, first of all, your why, again, has to be strong enough. And if I don't have a good why, I'm not going to bother to buy a sensor and go to the trouble to get this put together. Secondly, I need to prep and plan. So just like anything else, whether it was my food or my exercise, I've got to decide when and how I'm going to do this. So I recommend 15 minutes in the morning before you start your day and 15 minutes at the end of the day. This can be during your sleep prep time or after you get home from work. But I recommend that you do at least a 15-minute session a couple times a day. It's easier than meditation because you don't close your eyes. You don't have to be in a quiet environment. and your eyes are open and you're looking at a screen, so it fools the nervous system a little bit, and you will not experience that anxiety around that sometimes we do when we're very stressed and trying to meditate. So 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening, and expand that over time. But you will find that in very short order, within a couple of weeks, you will see massive changes in the way that you respond to stress and start to recognize that you can have control over stress response rather than relinquishing that control to the automatic response of your nervous system. So I hope you guys found this helpful. This is a really important tool to help you get on and stay on track with your health optimization.